Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Wade Watches. I'm Wade. Welcome to another amazing, fresh out of a movie theater review where you probably noticed already, no poster today because once again, and I can't believe that we're in September and it's still like this. It's like 100 degrees out there. I tried once again to stand, in the sweltering heat in front of the poster for today's movie, but I couldn't do it. So once again, you will be treated to this lovely wall and this poster of popcorn and candy if I so choose to angle that way. But I just got through watching The Long Walk, which of course is directed by Francis Lawrence, the same guy who bought us the Hunger Games movies, and is one of the two big Stephen King adaptations that we are getting this year. The second one being The Running Man, coming to us in November, directed by Edgar Wright. Funny that both of those works were some of King's earliest works when he was still writing under that pseudonym. I think he wrote under the name Richard Bachman for a while, and they're both like these dystopian, thrillers where characters partake in a game or in some sort of competition. So I found that pretty funny and pretty, just a funny little coincidence. But jumping right into it, was this a good movie? Did I enjoy myself with The Long Walk? Guys, I love this movie. Oh my, holy shit. And I was not expecting that, man. I really wasn't expecting this to be anything more than just a means for me to escape from the dystopia that I live in into another fictional dystopia that'll probably in some way comment on the dystopia that I actually live in. But I really wasn't expecting to walk out of it just going like, well, fuck, well, goddamn, now I'm gonna need to decompress because yeah, I mean, obviously, this is already, you probably, know from the get-go going into something like The Long Walk that you're not going to be in for, the lightest of experiences. You're not walking into The Naked Gun. You're not walking into, there's a poster for Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie in front of me. You're not walking into something like that. You are walking into a post-apocalyptic thriller, but holy fucking shit did this movie get to me, and I couldn't be more happy about that. So let's get into it. And I think it really all comes down to one point, and it's the point that this movie doesn't take the lazy route of saying like, well, we already have this interesting premise, it's a walking competition, and if any of these boys stop walking, they get killed. Isn't that already intimidating enough? Isn't that already scary enough? Isn't that already bleak and dark and depressing enough? No, because in order, like, yeah, you could take that lazy route out and just say like, well, we have this premise, but in order to really sell that, in order to really make me as invested in the film as if I were reading the original Stephen King novel, you have to make me care about these boys who are walking boys, even though they're some people would still call somebody my age a boy, so I'll keep calling them boys. Even though you have that right there, you have to actually care about these boys walking, and this movie thankfully understands that. I cared for each and every last one of these boys. Well, not literally all of them, because of course you have some who are there to go first, if you know what I mean, and you have others who are probably gonna stick around for a little bit longer. But those core characters, those central characters that the movie establishes are the ones who are, kind of the central characters of the film. I found that I cared about each and every last one of them, and I was just like, I hope you guys make it. I know in the trailer tells you this, I think even the poster says it, there can only be one winner. I know like we won't get to the end of this with all of them still with us, but I really sincerely found myself hoping that all of them would make it, and that's just me crediting all of these guys' performances. Outside of Mark Hamill and Judy Greer in this, there are no really like massive names. I recognize a couple of these guys. One of the main guys, he was just in Alien Romulus last year. Ben Wang was in this year's Karate Kid reboot. So a couple of familiar faces, but they're not like A-listers yet. But each and every last one of them definitely has the potential to be, because Holy shit, man. All of you guys, especially near the end, got me in the feels, and I'm not ashamed to say the waterworks flowed at the end, guys. So yeah, man, this was just a haunting, brutal, unapologetically just like visceral, gritty experience from start to finish. I actually felt like I was on the walk with these guys. Only thing is that I do wish that the movie wasn't so obvious about who would make it and who wouldn't, because at a certain point I was just like, well, I mean, he's done, you know? So there's that. And Mark Hamill just wasn't doing it for me, trying way too hard to be that hammy army major. Movie didn't really need that, because like this premise, this society is disturbing and scary and intimidating enough. It's already all hopeless and fucked up and gritty enough. So I don't need Mark Hamill talking like this, you know, I'm the major, guys. Like I don't need that in the movie to sell me on like the brutality of The Long Walk. I really didn't need that, didn't care for it. But thankfully, Hamill never takes it over. He's barely in it. He's there to say a couple of lines at, you know, certain points in this journey, and that's it. So even his, performance that I just wasn't a fan of didn't compromise the film for me. And wrapping it up, I am going to go ahead and give The Long Walk a well-earned, perfect 10 out of 10. This is definitely one of the best movies I've seen in 2025. And goddamn, man, horror and thrillers are killing it this year, man. Locked was a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. Sinners was definitely a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. 28 Years Later was a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. And The Long Walk has now joined that list. So how many movies was that? Locked, Sinners, 28 Years Later, and The Long Walk. So those four are currently my favorite movies of 2025. Absolutely awesome, perfect, near flawless theater experience from start to finish. Doesn't just coast on its premise, actually makes you give a shit about these guys walking, and that is its greatest strength, is that it's not just saying like, hey, we have walking and we have these guys who, if they stop walking, they're gonna get shot. It does much more to make you invested in this whole thing. So I absolutely love this movie for that. I love The Long Walk for it. It deserves all the praise in the world. It absolutely earns that perfect 10 out of 10 from me in my, from me, So there you have it. Perfect 10 out of 10 for The Long Walk. I cannot wait to find the time to catch this again. This has been another edition of Wait Watches. Have you seen The Long Walk? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like what you've seen here, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And once again, comment below, and I will see you lovely people next time. Peace. Oh, holy shit, what a ride.